what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford, a Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab.
And it's exciting. You know, Terence is freakishly strong. He can punch. He's got good crack. He can fight from both ways. Orthodox southpaw. He can fight at mid-range, closer range, outside, and he can fight going both ways. So it's exciting. It's exciting.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you.
Few matchups in boxing history ignite as much debate as a potential showdown between Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence "Bud" Crawford. Both men stand as the pinnacle of their respective eras. Pundits and boxing experts have long speculated on who would triumph if these two ring geniuses ever faced each other. The discussion goes beyond skill, it's about legacy. Mayweather's flawless mastery versus Crawford's adaptability and killer instinct.
One of the greatest. He's done shit that Floyd Mayweather ain't done.
Like what?
Like what?
What that don't know?
He is a two-time undisputed champion. Floyd wasn't a one-time undisputed champion. So he has all the belts in one division and then moved up and got all the belts in another division. I don't know if that's ever happened in the history of boxing.
Yes, and he beat the man.
And he beat the man. Let's give Terence Crawford his flowers because everything he said he was going to do,
he done it.
He did.
Floyd Mayweather retired with a flawless 50-0 record, one of the cleanest resumes in boxing history. His career was marked by marquee victories over champions spanning 5 weight classes. Mayweather's ability to neutralize both power punchers and master tacticians became the stuff of legend.
Mayweather stopped Conor McGregor in the 10th round to improve to 50-0 in what he says will be his final fight. I actually believe him this time, Max. What's his legacy?
Well, he's one of the great pure boxers who ever lived. He is never cheated himself. He always was in condition. He had no off nights. That's why he won every fight. It's one of the reasons. Because he's one of the best to ever do it, and because he was always prepared over a very long amateur and pro career. Amazing. Another reason is he carefully selected opponents, knew when and where and when and who to fight, and basically changed the paradigm in boxing. I'll translate. He flipped the script. I mean, really, boxing is basically, and this is just the way it is, and I'm a huge boxing fan, and I make no apologies about it, but it is fans and networks essentially exploiting fighters. That's how it works. We demand a level of dedication and risk-taking with your health that's insane, right? Like, someone's getting their head beaten every which way, and if you quit, you don't have heart. You can't be a great fighter, which is true, by the way. It's a blood sport. And usually fighters wind up broke and punch drunk. And Floyd Mayweather flipped the script. He said, no, I'm not going to let the game play me. I'm going to play the game.
Terence Crawford, meanwhile, has quietly built one of the most complete legacies of the modern era, becoming an undisputed champion in multiple divisions and proving his ability to adapt to any style placed before him. His switch hitting, explosive power, and elite ring IQ have made him a nightmare for opponents. Crawford's dominance at welterweight has propelled him into pound-for-pound discussions where only Mayweather's shadow seems to linger above. Professional fighters and seasoned veterans haven't hesitated to weigh in.
Everything is on Terence Crawford's side, all the legacy, meaning he only has the opportunity to win the belts. Saul only has an opportunity to defend them. Terence Crawford has an opportunity to be in a 5 division and the only person to win all 4 belts in 3 separate weight divisions. Why is Saul taking this fight? And I'm going to tell you why. Because there's some things in life more important than just the belts. And that 20-year career that Terence Crawford made, that old ass, is very valuable. Very, very valuable. He had 1 foot out the game, and if he can to defeat him, because remember, Terence Crawford was the first man to get 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions. Yes, I beat that champion. Yes, I beat the multiple division champion, and he had the oath.
Oscar de la Hoya, who faced Mayweather himself, recently stated that he still views Floyd as the superior fighter, arguing that Mayweather's record and technical mastery make him untouchable in any head-to-head comparison. De La Hoya's perspective mirrors the respect many in the old guard hold for Mayweather's resume and his unmatched consistency At the highest level of the sport, on the other side of the debate, stands Canelo Alvarez, who shared the ring with Mayweather in 2013 and has more recently faced Crawford. Canelo sparked controversy when he declared that Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather, praising Bud's ring IQ, versatility, and the quality of his recent victories. Coming from a fighter who has faced both men under different circumstances, his opinion carries significant weight.
I have to disagree because Floyd Mayweather toyed with Canelo. Like, he literally toyed with him. He didn't get hit at all. Not one time. And Crawford, yeah, he's more of a fighter, boxer. Mayweather's more of a boxer. But I have to disagree. I think Mayweather is much more superior than Crawford. Not just because he beat me and it was a close fight, whatever, you know, or that I stepped in the ring with Mayweather, but I really feel that technically Mayweather's a better fighter.
You faced Mayweather, what, you were 23 years old, I believe?
23.
And
Just
again,
turned 23.
yeah, you just turned 23. You didn't have a lot of seasoning. I know people will say, oh, he had a lot of fights. Well, you didn't have an amateur career. You started boxing at 15 as a pro,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you gave up the weight concession. You gave up the rehydration clause. And I always thought if you would have faced him, you know, with some more seasoning, it would have gone differently.
You know, he deserved the position in that moment because, you know, Floyd Mayweather is one of the best fighters in the boxing history, and he deserved the position in that moment.
Shane Mosley, another veteran who went 12 rounds with Mayweather, has leaned toward Crawford in this hypothetical matchup, suggesting that Bud's all-around arsenal makes him more dangerous and complete than Floyd. Mosley's perspective reflects what some fighters who have experienced Mayweather's style firsthand understand. His brilliance is undeniable, but Crawford brings angles and weapons that Floyd never had to face.
Think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can knock him as well. You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have had the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Shane Mosley has also acknowledged that while he respects Crawford's all-around abilities, Floyd Mayweather is no weak link. In fact, Mosley has stated on several occasions that Mayweather's defensive brilliance and unshakable discipline make him one of the toughest puzzles in boxing history.
Mayweather's defensive brilliance and discipline make him one of the hardest puzzles in boxing history.
I was surprised about his power. When you attack Floyd, he has a way of making you run into it and you feel the power, like a collision. But when you kind of box away from him, yes, he has power, but not like he does when you're trying to attack him. He's not weak, he's strong. Like I say, he trains hard and he does all the things you're supposed to do as a fighter or as a champion to be the best.
Mosley fought Floyd in 2010 and actually rocked him badly in the second round. But he later admitted that after that moment, Floyd adjusted instantly, shutting him down and never allowing another clean opportunity. That experience shaped Mosley's perspective. He respects Crawford's size, switch-hitting ability, and offensive variety, but he also knows firsthand that Floyd is a master at neutralizing even the most dangerous weapons.
Everybody talk about Shane Cardi, but what was the issue? Shane started hesitating. Why did Shane hesitate? Because he took the best shot and he stood there, held on tight, and on top of that, made Shane feel his strength, and came back out like nothing happened the previous round.
Right.
But still stone cold.
Right.
And then Shane ends up being the one hesitating, waiting, and the fight get away from him.
I'm saying Shane hit me with a hell of a shot. Okay. Actually, 2 shots.
Okay.
But even in that particular round, what I said to Shane was this. I was like,
You did said something to him when you grabbed
I said, you gotta kill me.
Oh, shit. I wasn't ready, bro.
I said, that was a good one. And I said, that was a good one, but you gotta kill me. I said, you gotta kill me. And did I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I meant it.
Andre Ward, Crawford's close friend and former champion, has also strongly defended him against claims that his accomplishments don't measure up to Mayweather's. Ward highlights Crawford's adaptability, technical skill, and ability to dismantle elite opponents as clear proof that he deserves to be in the same conversation.
Who's the most skilled fighter today?
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Tyke Shakur, Devin, Boots.
Boots is
Jerron
one of my
Ennis.
favorite.
It's a lot of them, and they skillful in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, like, I can bet the house on is Bud. Because me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like, soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing. About basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. You gotta really hurt that dude to turn and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So skillful, yes, but this and this,
yeah,
it's different, man. There's not a lot of guys like that out there currently. There's a lot of guys that talk it, but until you get in that real fire, I'm not saying you fighting a guy you should beat. I'm saying a guy that it's a 50-50 matchup. We don't really know what you have. You don't even really know what you have.
Ward has even called Crawford the GOAT of this generation. He's been one of Bud's strongest defenders, not only because of their personal friendship, but because he views Crawford's resume, dominance, and adaptability as something truly unique in modern boxing. After Crawford's demolition of Errol Spence Jr., Ward flat out stated that Bud had earned the right to be considered the greatest fighter of this era.
We just seen Terence Crawford create greatness and beat Canelo Alvarez tonight. What was your thoughts on that performance from Terence?
Terence Crawford is a great performance, man. He's been doing this throughout the course of his career. The stakes were a lot different in this fight, a lot more danger. He had to fight that kind of fight in order to beat Canelo Alvarez tonight, and he did that at 37, but getting ready to be 38 years old. And he proved, like Max said, that he is the GOAT of this generation. Hats off to Canelo for taking the fight. He didn't have to take it. Hats off to Turkey Al-Sheikh for putting it together. Just a great night for boxing.
Yeah. How special a fighter is someone like Terence Crawford? There was no signs of a size disadvantage there. How special?
You can see it in spots, but it wasn't significant. And I didn't think it was going to be significant. And people called me crazy, but I've been around Terence. He's strong. He's got a wrestling background, and people don't realize that he's been boiling himself down all these years and still being successful, not having to do that. His condition seemed impeccable, and his strength was there.
Mayweather himself has spoken about Crawford with a mix of respect and pride. He's congratulated Crawford on his major victories, especially his demolition of Errol Spence Jr., but often reminds fans of his own resume and what he achieved over decades at the top. As always, Floyd positions himself as the benchmark against which others must be measured. That subtle tension between admiration and legacy protection feels natural. Mayweather has long taken pride in being recognized as the best of his era, and the notion that a younger fighter could challenge that status is what keeps this debate alive.
I didn't want them to fight. I really like both of those guys. Yeah. A lot. Mm-hmm. Like, I had a chance to hang around Earl. Had a chance to hang around Terence, and both guys, class act. It would look like I'm leaning towards one guy because I boxed one guy before.
It was beautiful to watch, but also tough to watch to see what happened to Errol. Obviously, we don't wish bad on,
Nobody.
The
best man won. If I was training him or I was in his corner, I don't think he should be fighting at 147 at all. I don't even think he should be fighting at 154.
Really?
I think he should be fighting at 160 or 168.
Wow.
That's just my honest opinion.
Roy Jones Jr. has been outspoken in placing Terence Crawford at or near the top of today's pound-for-pound rankings. He said that Crawford has been dominating for a long time, calling him the current P4P king, with only the likes of Naoya in no way breathing close behind. Roy has also criticized Floyd Mayweather's legacy, noting that while Floyd is undeniably great and belongs in all-time discussions, there are fighters whose primes and styles he believes would have given Floyd more trouble than many acknowledge. When it comes to the Crawford-Canelo debate, Roy has described Crawford as a great small guy who can beat good, bigger fighters, implicitly suggesting that he sees Crawford as someone capable of handling Mayweather-level challenges.
Rank him probably in your top 10, maybe even your top 5.
Where do you rank Terence, in your opinion?
I put him in the top 15, maybe the top 10, because he definitely has the skill of a top 5, just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get, and that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody. That's pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this is the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class. We want the best opposition near our weight class.
There's been discussion that maybe, Crawford and Inoue are going back and forth tussling for pound for pound, that maybe Inoue because of the multiple weight divisions. You're shaking your head no. Tell me why no.
Because Inoue also, when he first moved up, he lost to Donaire. Don't forget that. Bud ain't lost nobody. Moving up or down, he moved up 3 times. He lost nobody. Don't tell me he better than Bud, no.
Tim Bradley has stated outright that Terence Crawford would beat a prime Floyd Mayweather. He believes Crawford's versatility, combined with his timing, power, strength, and ability to adjust, gives him the tactical edge. At the same time, Bradley has made it clear that he holds immense respect for Mayweather, calling him one of my favorite fighters of all time, and praising his defensive brilliance, footwork, speed, and agility. Before the Canelo versus Crawford fight, Bradley warned that a loss for Canelo would damage the Mexican star's legacy in a way that a defeat to someone like David Benavidez might not. He pointed out that Crawford is moving up 2 weight classes and is older than many of his opponents. If Canelo were to lose under those circumstances, the backlash wouldn't just be about that single fight. It would fuel ongoing narratives about whether Canelo is past his prime or avoiding real challenges.
Terence Crawford would beat a prime Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he would beat him. Yes, it would be a competitive fight, but Crawford, master thinker just like Floyd. What the advantage that Floyd has is that he has great defense. The advantage that Crawford has is that he not only can fight orthodox, he can also he's versatile. He can switch to the southpaw stance. And we all know that Floyd don't like to fight southpaws. We know that. What happens when you have a guy just as smart as you are and able to make adjustments like Crawford? What happens when you have a guy that can hurt you with either hand? A guy that's powerful and strong like Crawford. A guy that's quick as Crawford. A guy that can fight you in the pocket. A guy that knows how to execute that Philly shell. He knows how to bust through that. He'll have enough to beat Floyd, and he'll not have enough to gain respect and hurt Floyd too. I don't think he knocks him out, but I think he'll win a close decision. Hey, I want to know what everybody else thinks.
After defeating Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford addressed his critics during the post-fight press conference. He said that people had constantly told him he was a nobody, that he couldn't beat that kind of guy. Now that I've beaten Canelo, what can they say, he asked. Crawford called it a signature victory over a fighter who had never been defeated at super middleweight. He also pointed out the clear favoritism toward Canelo in both the media coverage and the stadium atmosphere, but insisted it didn't affect his performance. Instead, he said, the doubts and the noise only fueled his motivation.
What was his power like? Have you been hit by anybody that strong before?
I've been hit harder.
No, in a real fight, not a sparring.
In a real fight. Not Avanesian, but Mean Machine hit harder than Canelo, to me. To be honest.
Terence. Congratulations.
In a recent interview, Floyd Mayweather Jr. hinted that a return to professional boxing might actually be on the table, especially with his upcoming exhibition bout against Mike Tyson scheduled for spring 2026. Speaking to TMZ, Mayweather said that while nothing is guaranteed, there's been talk. It's possible. He emphasized that he's feeling good, staying sharp, and eager to give fans something memorable. Whether he'll risk his unbeaten streak remains uncertain, but for the first time in a long while, Floyd has publicly left the door slightly open.
This is your life for so long with Floyd fighting this guy, fighting Manny, fighting Conor, and all those, you were just at the center of all these talks for so many years. It's exciting to be back there again. Any chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
Let's own it. Let's own it. It's been talks. It's been talks. It's possible.
Floyd's genius or Bud's grit? Who takes the crown?